Hey everybody, Quiksilver here. This is my first YouTube video. I'm going to be commentating this game on Crash Zone in the Kansas. I was grinding the Kansas line because I wanted to get to Minnesota so I could finish Vermont because Vermont big and Vermont cool. Also, the Minnesota was on sale, so I had to do everything I could to get the Minnesota unlocked and buy it. So if you watch any of my streams after this, I am still financially recovering in the credit department from my tier 8 purchases. But we got middle spawn here. I'm also going to post my build at the end. I'm just going to do that for every video that I have where I have a fun build that you guys can try out. They're usually pretty standard builds, nothing crazy, unless I preface in my stream on, I want to say Saturday or Sunday, I ran a secondary Musashi build, which I wouldn't recommend. But I do, when I stream, I take a lot of viewer, I guess, recommendations for what y'all want me to play because I'm impartial. I'll play anything except for carriers. But outside of that, I'll play anything at pretty much any tier. But we're going to be entering a reverse wombat positioning here on B because rear firing angles make it usually so that I can fire more guns while still being angled most of the time. That is not always true, though. Here we've got a Duncan kind of rushing into the middle. Duncan, as y'all know, has bad armor. So I was really excited to see if he would make a gamer turn and open up to me. So let's see. He is indeed making that gamer turn. And we're going to go ahead and shoot at him. And we're going to get classic Kansas dispersion. Not great. I'm pretty sure we don't do much here. Yeah. 4 shell hits. 3 shatters. Heartbreaking. If you guys have any questions for me, you can leave them in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer them so y'all get to know me better. I'm going to try to do at least 2 videos a week. My work schedule is super random, so I'll be streaming pretty randomly, but I will do my best to schedule them through YouTube so that y'all can have a good idea of when I'll be streaming next. I'm not just going to try to I'm going to try to avoid just randomly starting streams. That being said, streaming is definitely going to be the preferred media outlet here. I do really enjoy it. I enjoy making videos too, but it's a little bit more fun to stream. And we're going to pop a shot at this P-bag with, again, terrible aim. I did not lead him far enough, especially, I do a terrible job at leading targets properly. Unless it's a destroyer. If it's a destroyer, I just, for some reason, compensate more than on regular targets, but I am trying to improve that. As you can see in this game, our teammates on C are not contesting it, and I don't think they will ever contest it, as well as the fact that there's no destroyers in this game, which usually I hate because I cannot stand the idea of having no spotting. It makes me very sad. And we're going to actually have a really nice random needle thread shot here on the Iowa that's going to go over this island and do a decent chunk on them to give us that extra 2% main battery dispersion increase or decrease. Increase or decrease, improvement is what we'll go with. And the carrier, the reason that I don't mind the fact that there's no destroyers is that there is a carrier for spotting, so we're not totally screwed over as far as spotting is concerned. And as you can see, I did a super juke in the super agile Kansas, he says sarcastically. This Iowa pretty much just almost like bit down and stayed broadside, wanted to go at it like that, but I'm not going to, well, I would say I wouldn't try to give him a broadside if I had the choice, but I did drop spot. here, so I did feel comfortable turning in, and his guns were not looking at me, so we're going to take that shot and hope for the best. That Jean Bart over there is actually using his island cover really well, so I can't really do much for him. I led it well, hit well, overall great shot. And I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but I will be doing a lot of solo play on stream. Except I will play with viewers towards the end of streams if I have a longer stream. If it's a shorter, like 2-hour stream, then I'll mostly be doing solo. But I'll be posting games with divs, solo, whatever y'all prefer. But I think a good mix is probably the way to go. And here we have another shot on Iowa. Really nice dispersion. Well, I wouldn't say really nice dispersion. We only hit 3 or 4 shots, 3 pens, but that's the thing about Kansas, though, is that no matter how many times you nerf it, that many 16-inch guns is just going to be successful at some rate. It's really hard to kill completely, so it's always going to be a viable ship in this game. I definitely like it more than Iowa. As far as Iowa goes, I have New Jersey, and I know many people have Missouri, so there's really not much of a point in my mind to play Iowa. Unless you're just trying to stay free to play, of course. In that case, Iowa's great. And as you can see, we are losing C. There's a bit of a war going on at A, but they're all pretty concealed from where I'm at, so I can't really do a whole lot to them. And I think we are going to get the kill shot here on Iowa. And there she is. Although, for the most part, the planes have left us alone, which has been wonderful because I can't stand being targeted by carriers. But Kansas does have pretty lethal AA, so it's wasn't really too much of a concern to begin with. And that A gear is flat broadside, and he's slowing down. We take the shot. He speeds up. We miss the shot. Much sadness had occurred there because I know A-Gear is super citadelable. And then now he's turning in because he hates me specifically and he doesn't want me to get 1 billion damage, which I think is pretty absurd. And I don't know if we're going to get another shot off on A-Gear for a little while. Maybe. That seemed to be a well-aimed shot. And then down goes our carrier. So now we're going to be super struggling in the spotting department, which makes me want to cry. Not having spotting, especially in a slow boat like Kansas, makes me very sad. And there the Edinburgh reveals himself. I don't really have a shot ready, and he drops spot anyways. If I did have that shot ready, it would have been really tough. We don't really have much going on from here, so we're going to speed through this bit a little bit. A-Gear is being attacked by our teammates, specifically my div mate, and we're just going to get harassed by planes a little bit while we chase down this Edinburgh, who, believe it or not, we don't actually touch for the rest of the game. He just harasses me a little bit here and then plays Ring Around the Rosie with me around this rock, which, again, is the smart move. If you're in an Edinburgh, you definitely don't want to brawl a Kansas. And we're going to pop a shot here at Mogami because broadside Mogami has to be shot at. I mean, come on. And we do get a Citadel, otherwise super underwhelming shot. We were probably hoping to get the kill there. The RNG / my aiming, not the best of this game. So, I mean, this game could have easily been much better, but we're going to, again, speed through some of the chasing down at the end of matches. It's super underwhelming. I can't shoot over that island because Kansas, we eat a couple torps. I honestly should have let the flood go so that we could try to go for an unsinkable, which I think I did get on stream the other day. Sometimes, you can take a torp, but we are going to shoot at this Graph Z, smack him around a little bit there. And we're the closest ship to capturing C in a Kansas. And we're going to take another shot at the Graph Z. This time doing a fair amount of damage and maxing out our epic mod for the best dispersion, but I think someone else is going to get to this Graph Z before I can take out another shot. Yep, there goes down Graph Z. There's Edinburgh, who is, again, super conveniently placed to make it so that I can't shoot at him, which makes me sad. And we've got the 3000 XP, almost. I'm going to count it as 3000 XP. And lastly, here is the build. Thank you all for watching. Try this build out. Having Colorado is super fun. You get that extra reload speed, which you can see displayed throughout the video. Again, thanks for watching. Like, share, tell all your friends that you've got another World of Warships streamer and YouTuber. And thanks for having me. I'll see you guys in stream soon. Have a good one.